All right, I'll start with injuries real quick. It's really George is probably the only one. We'll know more tomorrow, but he's on the fence. So.
Will he practice today?
No.
Would that be McDermott if he can?
Yeah.
Robert, is there any more COVID issues at all?
No, we've been, knock on wood, we've been good. Kind of we're ahead of the curve in terms of all the protocols that got released yesterday. We've been doing it now for a few days, but, I think we have, three or four, something like that. So we're in pretty good shape.
As a coach, is there a little bit of I don't know, like a paranoia, like waking up and like, okay, who's not? Because all these teams are going through this.
No, I've kind of trained myself to not worry about things I have zero control over. You take care of, you deliver the information, you do the best you can, stay away from, practice good hygiene, eat healthy, hydrate, sleep, all that stuff, and do your best to kind of stay away from compromising situations. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't stress about it.
What has the players been told about what their activities outside of the complex, as far as going to restaurants or stores or things of that nature?
So we're back to 2020 in terms of staying away from indoor dining, go outdoor and all that stuff, and obviously just stay away from concerts and bars and nightclubs and all that stuff. So it's just kind of, obviously for us, there's playoff teams involved, but for us, we got 4 games left, 3 weeks. Just grind it out and finish the season strong.
What stood out to you about Tua during the stretch that they've had, Robert?
Say that one more time.
Tua
Tua.
What stood out to you about him during this stretch of time where they've been winning games?
Consistency. He's been doing a really good job getting the ball where it needs to go. He's doing a good job creating off schedule. They've been able to possess the ball for periods of time. Obviously, their defense is doing a really nice job getting them the ball also. So they've all together, the 3 phases at Miami, special teams, offense, defense, they've all been operating at a high level. But Tua's consistency has been pretty impressive.
Right, how significant? You're getting a bunch of guys back this week, especially obviously 2 of your running backs and a tight end and a quarter. I mean, how significant are some of these?
It's always significant. It comes. This league is about playmakers, and when you get the ball in your hands, can you take it to the house? And to get Michael Carter back and Tevin, and to get Croft back as an option for the quarterback, along with the guys who have already been getting their reps and been getting better every week. So it is beneficial for sure. Now we just got to go execute.
With Carter, he obviously was playing so well before he got hurt. What have you just thought of his, besides missing a few weeks here? Thought of his rookie season?
He's exactly what you expect out of a young guy. He's we're talking about the running back, obviously, but he comes in as a 4th-round pick. He has some ups and downs during training camp, shows some flashes, starts out a little bit slow during the season, but just gets better and better and better. And every time he touches the ball, he does something with it to the point where it's like you can't deny him the ball. And so it's exciting for him to get back. Obviously, 4 games for him to finish the season strong and really grasp as much as he can and learn as much as he can from this rookie year, so he can propel himself in the next year to have an explosive season.
Do you envision him kind of going right back into that starting role?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's our offense always distributes the ball. It's never it's more of a committee approach, but definitely anticipate him having a significant role.
How has Mims reacted this week? We talked to you Wednesday about what you're kind of looking to see from him, and how's he done?
He's reacted the same as he always has. He comes to work, he works hard, he's got a great big smile on his face. He's putting in the work, and he made so many strides before he got sick, and then there was a little bit of a setback, obviously, and so hopefully, another stack. Like I've said, no one's quit on him. No one's giving up on him. He's got an immense talent in his body. We just got to continue to take advantage of opportunities and see if we can get him the ball and see if we can make a play.
A quote from Zach yesterday, Robert. I'm not sure how closely you pay attention to his press conferences, but I'll read it. Did I just need to play loose and not try and be such a perfect pocket passing quarterback all the time? That's the biggest thing. I'm just trying to do so right by the coaches. And what they're asking me to do, and a part of it is I just need to be loose and play free. It sounds like he's kind of in conflict of being the guy he's always been and just kind of making plays, and do what you guys are asking him to do, and what we talked about with the feet and the eyes. Just, do you feel like he's locking up a little bit in terms of trying to struggle between those two things?
Yeah, there's a balance, and it goes back to the whole Superman thing I've been talking
Yeah.
about. Like there's great respect to the timing of a play. When you're talking about just you're talking about the timing of the play, where the ball has got to get out in rhythm. Third down, 2-minute, ball's getting in and out of your hands. Those are when ultimately when plays are made. So there's that, and then there's that decision, which is what he was known for at BYU, to be able to go off schedule and to figure it out. And one of the encouraging things that we saw last week was him he made a few off-schedule plays. He left the pocket, scrambled for some, threw the ball off schedule, and he made some things happen. So there's a feel, and there's absolutely a feel in terms of these pockets collapse on you pretty quickly, so he's got nowhere near the pocket he had in college, which is to be said for every NFL team. Our O-line's doing a really good job. It's not to say that they're not. But there is an adjustment. There is a feel. But the respect for the timing of the play versus when to go do you there's a balance. And I do think in time with reps, he's going to find that. But like he hit, just play loose. Just don't overthink it. Go through the timing of the play. When you feel the timing's off, go make something happen. And I think he got a little bit closer last week.
Do you worry at all, we've joked in here sometimes about how many quarterback coaches you have, that there's so many guys there that maybe he is overloaded with info?
Information?
Yeah. just
Information
like,
overload, for
like
sure.
There's so many people in his ear and trying to help him through this.
Yeah, no, it's a fair thought. Anytime when there's too many chefs in the kitchen, it can get ugly. But when you talk about Cav and Calabrese and LaFleur, very specific with regards to scheme, and so the message is really the same. It might be delivered differently, but the message is the same, which is okay. And then when you get John Beck put in there, his is more from a fundamental standpoint and really trying to another way to interpret the language so he understands they've been together so long to be able to take some of that outside noise and just help him. So John Beck being here, who he talks to anyway, for John to understand our offense and understand what's being asked and be like, okay, I've been in this offense before, I've played in the system before, what do you think he said? And to be able to kind of interpret some stuff for him, I think there's a really good balance. It's not 4 different voices saying 4 different things. Everyone's on the same page with what's being asked. If we were on the wrong page and everyone was kind of had their own little agenda, then it'd be a severe problem. But I don't think that's the case here.
How big a challenge is it for Zach, the throwing windows being much smaller on this level? Last year, it's well documented, playing North Alabama and Texas State, the windows might be a lot bigger to throw into than on the NFL level. Is that a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to illustrate this. There's an old saying, like, in college, me to you is covered, right? In the NFL, me to this podium is wide open. So it is. The windows are much, much tighter. They close a lot faster. Whatever space you think you have, it's gone in a hurry. That's why we talk about eyes. If your eyes aren't in the right spot where they need to be within the timing of the play and tied to your feet, that window closes in a heartbeat, and then it's just like, that's where you can get all out of whack. So there's learning to be had for sure. And the good thing about his situation is, our O-line, knock on wood, has been doing a really nice job with protection. So he's not getting beat up. He's not in a situation where he can be scarred through being a pinata. His is about learning the speed, the windows, the scheme, the fundamentals, all of it. So he's learning, and I'm very confident that what he's learning is not detrimental. It's only going to help him get better.
Take a couple more. We've talked about the rookies you guys have played all year. You worry about them at this time of year. You're entering week 15. This is, not what they're used to from college, playing this long into a season.
Yeah, it is rookie wall time, and and that's real. Usually their seasons are done by Thanksgiving, and in the NFL they've got 8 games left, so they're playing on, and hopefully in the future there'll be 11 games left. But so there is definitely that. That's why regen is so important, and I think what rookies learn, especially the ones who've neglected their regen throughout the years, like, oh my God, I really need to pay attention to that stuff and take care of myself. So there's a lot of learning, a lot of things that they'll be able to reflect back on all the way from OTAs to training camp where they can kind of fix that next off season. But these next 4 weeks are going to be a grind for all of them, and the goal is to finish the best we can, and then from there you take what you learn and have an off season and get better.
Was it promising last week that Pinero was able to come in and make his 3 kicks and maybe like, okay,
Settle it down some? Yeah, no, the for sure. You know, you want to be able to take some pressure off the quarterback in terms of not having to go for it on 4th down so many times. And so I thought Eddie did a really nice job stepping in there, making his 3 kicks, great consistent ball flight. So hopefully, you know, another good week.
Just a quick follow-up on the new protocols from the league. On the road, in the hotel on the road, has anything changed in relation to that? What
Yeah,
players can do, what coaches can do?
Same as 2020, so no visitors, no leaving the hotel.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you, everybody.